my yoga friends? Welcome to Got Yoga. I'm Chris Gott, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on shoulder stand. So this is how to do Sarvangasana in Sanskrit, or shoulder stand. This is considered the queen of all asanas. It's a great inversion, a little more passive than headstand, which is why I enjoy it. I'm doing this video today because one of the Got Yoga subscribers left a comment saying they would love it if I did a shoulder stand tutorial. So here we go. Today you're going to need your yoga mat, which you can't see but it's right here, and a chair if you're a beginner and you have relatively tight hamstrings, and then about 3 blankets, at least 3 blankets. I like 4, some people like 5 if you have a long neck, and 2 blocks or a yoga bolster. If you have shoulder, a neck, or cervical spine issues, please consult your physician if you've never done this before. If you have a yoga practice and you have a yoga instructor that you can try this out with, that's a great idea. So just really listen to your body, know your limitations, and don't do anything too crazy. Now, I like to do shoulder stand at the very end of my practice, so right before Shavasana. So my body's already warmed up, my shoulders are already warmed up, so you need to make sure that your body is already warmed up. A great compliment to do before this would maybe be the beginner back bend sequence, which I'll leave a link to, or the warm up for handstands, which I will also leave a link to. So to set up for your shoulder stand, have a chair against a wall would be a good idea. And then place your mat so that it is perpendicular to a wall. And then I'm gonna take my blankets. Usually blankets, if there's a yoga blanket, it's folded like this. So you're gonna unfold it one time. And I'm gonna stack them all on top of each other. Now make sure that the tassels are facing back behind you, and you want these nice clean edges to rest your neck on. Some people like to stack the blankets right on top of each other. I like to just stagger them just a little bit for my nice beautiful neck. And your head's gonna go right here, your neck's gonna be against the blanket. So you want a little bit of extra mat right here for your head. And then how I know whether or not it's a good distance from the chair is I sit on my blanket and my feet aren't running into the wall, they're not running into the end of the chair. Then you're going to take your mat and fold it over. So you just grab it, fold it over, and place it on top of your blankets. Now, the sticky mat is great to help your elbows not widen while you're in shoulder stand, but I like to have a little bit of blanket exposed here for my shoulders to be able to move. And then if you have those bolsters, put them at the end right here where your tassels would be. So put a bolster this way, or I use 2 blocks because I do not have a bolster. All right, you're all set up. First, you're gonna sit on your blocks or your bolster that you have here. Your back is facing the nice sharp edges of your blankets or the chair. Plant your hands down, slide your buttocks towards your heels a little bit, and lean back. Hopefully, you will now have your neck draping along the blankets and the back of your head resting down on the mat. So you want your shoulders on the blankets. Your knees are bent, your feet are planted down hip distance. Lift the hips up. Tuck the shoulders under, really roll onto the tops of your shoulders so that your chest is drawing towards your chin. This is the tricky part. You're going to lower your hips as you exhale, tuck your knees into your chest, and swing your feet behind you, coming onto the chair Or if you're more advanced, coming all the way down with the feet on the floor in plow or halasana. It's great to use a chair for the first time. From here, you plant your hands down onto your back so your fingers are pointing up towards your sit bones. I like to start to walk my hands up my back. So eventually when we get both feet up into the air, our feet will be over our hips and our hips will be over our heart. When I'm walking my hands up my back here, it's because I'm trying to get a little curve out of the center of my back here, so less rounding and more of a straight line of energy shooting up towards the sky. From here, you would bring one foot up, maybe you bring the other foot up. If it kind of looks like this, or this, or this, it's not a big deal. So if you're using a chair and you're wondering how to get up, just bring one foot up. If that's comfortable, you want to give bringing the other foot up a go. If you're not using a chair and you're starting from the floor, you have two options. You can either slowly kick up or you can tuck up. Either way, you're starting in plow with your feet hip distance apart and then bringing both feet over the hips. Once you have your feet over your hips, I like to walk my hands up my back a little bit more, get readjusted, and now you're in shoulder stand. So your feet are just neutral. You can't see my feet, but they're just neutral. And then consider squeezing an imaginary pencil just a little bit with your butt cheeks and having the tops of your thighs start to roll inward. To come out, you exit the same way you entered. So you bring one foot and then the other down back onto your chair. Or if you're going down to the floor, you bend your knees and you plant your feet back down into halasana. From here, you release your hands from your back. You kind of plant them down. It's a little weird because of the props. And then this is really, really important, super important. You want to keep gazing towards the chair or behind you, behind your head, as you slowly bend your knees and your buttocks should naturally start to roll down back towards the mat. Continuing to gaze behind you, plant your feet down, and don't get up right away. Just take a couple of seconds to let all that fresh blood and oxygen that you just got to your face settle in. My favorite thing to do from here is to just come into a nice propped up Shavasana. So I scoot my shoulders off my blankets. I have a nice open heart now. Join the palms of my feet together for bound angle. And you can either have cactus arms or you can have the palms facing up, arms 45 degrees from the body for a wonderful Shavasana. Phoebe was sleeping during that tutorial. Hey, if you liked my video, please comment, like, subscribe below. Be super helpful for me. And if you'd like to practice with me one-on-one, in person, online, I'll leave a link below for that too. Have a great day, friends.